Good evening, everybody. This is Terry K. Brown with Phenomenal Woman Rise Up. Go on a drink, girl.
I'm drinking my green
Welcome.
drink.
Hey, welcome to the show, everybody. I got my hydration. My guest, Lora, Coach Lora, has her hydration, and we're ready to go with our Fitness February show. How y'all doing? I'm fit. I'm fabulous. It's
Yeah.
February. I've lost some weight. I feel pretty good. I plan on doing more. And I have someone here that's going to help all of us women of a certain age get it together. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Coach Laura, so everybody knows who you are.
I am Laura, Coach Lora Jerdine, founder of Jerdine's Faith Fitness. I have a group, Fab Fit Ladies 50 Plus. Please join us. What we focus on is empowering women in that perimenopausal, menopausal, postmenopausal stage to take control of your lives, to live younger, longer, be the captain of your health, but more importantly, feel good in these last days. And I call it the second half, the final stages of our life. We have raised children, we have took care of husbands, we have taken care of families, and now it's our time. It's time for us to take care of us, self-care, love ourselves. And so that's why I encourage, because you want to feel good in these last days. We don't want to be in pain. We don't want to be sick. And so that's why I have taken this on. So I've basically taken control of my own health. I've had some challenges myself. I had to learn how to redo things that I did when I was younger. As we get older, our bodies change. So that's what I do. I love it. It's a passion. If you know anything, anybody who knows me, they know that this is what I love. And so I love sharing. So I appreciate you having me on, and just let's get with it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about how we can get healthy. Let's talk about how we can heal our own bodies.
I tell you, this has really been a passion of mine for a long time, but I haven't done anything.
Okay.
Because like you said, you get busy, you're doing all kinds of things. But then when you go to the doctor and the doctor starts talking about high blood pressure runs in African American females, and because we're a little heavier than people who aren't African American, my doctor has given me all kinds of warning signs about diabetes, heart disease, this, that, but my blood pressure is fine. And
Yeah.
I don't eat a whole lot of meat, but I've gained weight that happens with menopause and old age.
Mhm.
And it's like, you're looking at me expecting me to be a picture of what somebody else is. So
Right.
let's talk
Right.
about how you feel when you go to the doctor and they're telling me I'm 5'4" and I'm down 195 now. But
Okay.
he
Okay.
told me I should weigh 145 pounds.
Well, those charts, I always wonder, like, how do they think, what would I look like if I was really the weight that they say, right? But
Big head, little.
right, what I understand is that we have to pay attention to our own bodies. We know our bodies better than they know our bodies. We are with ourselves every day, and so that's why I encourage women to be mindful of themselves, pay attention. You don't need someone else to tell you about your body. Pay attention to your body, pay attention to how it reacts when you put certain things in your body. When you go to the doctor, and I learned this a long time ago, that they don't base those numbers off of me and my body and my makeup. They base it off of another race and another gender, and so how can you say that I'm going to have these things if you're not really looking at me? And when you go to the doctor, does everybody have the same? So
Right.
everybody gets the same. Is everybody's makeup the same? So you give the same dose of, we're going to give you this medicine for high blood pressure. We're going to give you this medicine for diabetes. We're going to give you this medicine for cholesterol. But your body is not the same. So is your body going to react the same?
Nope.
So, for me, I remember it was probably about 6, 7 years now, maybe 2017. I went to the doctor. I was having these really, really bad headaches. And I wasn't eating like I eat now. So what, 6, 7 years ago, I'm about to hit the big 60. So, and I still was having periods in my 52. I remember my friends say, "You still having periods?" I'm like, regularly, like clockwork.
Yeah.
And then they stopped, but I was still pretty active. But I was 30 pounds heavier than I am right now.
Wow.
And I remember going to the doctor, and I remember I had really bad headaches, and they said, "You have high blood pressure, and you need to take." I'm like, okay, that's why my head. And I'm like, but where did this come from? I don't eat. I even though I was 30 pounds heavier, because even my friends say, no, you weren't. I really was. If you look at the picture, they don't think that I was heavier until now. It's like, well, now they can see I have to hold the two together, right? But it was there, and I was like, well, how can that be? What can I do? And she basically said, I can do nothing. It's hereditary, your mom, your dad, whoever has high blood pressure. And I was like, So I took the medicine. I took it for 1 week. And then I decided I'm going to figure out how to lower my blood pressure naturally. So I got online, I started studying, I started looking. And so I made changes, and it's a lifestyle change. And that's what I encourage I coach women. It's a lifestyle change. It's not something it's not a fad.
Right.
It's not something we flip. We just have to choose us.
Slowly.
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 Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you do have to make the choice, and you need help. Sometimes you need help. You need someone to give you maybe some advice. You need some accountability, right? Because because consistency is very important. So I probably went over what you asked me, but
No.
but that's how I got started. Just really coaching others. It's been my life. I've done it all my life. I've always enjoyed it. I get into my really happy moments when I'm actually doing the workouts. So I love to do that. I'm moving towards a group setting so that we can do groups. I've done more one-on-ones.
Okay.
But I love it, and so as I love it, I get better. I help others get better. So yeah, that's what I do.
And that's so true. It's like you can't start, well, you can if that's what you want, but you have to start small, and then your body will tell you if it's working or not for you. It's like the step thing, like my
Uh-huh.
husband, he can do the step. He loves it because he's like super the energizer buddy.
Okay. Okay. Very good.
But
I love it.
oh, girl, that step thing, I get confused. It gives
What do
me a
you
headache.
mean? You're talking about on the stepper or
No, he goes on, that step aerobics.
right, right,
You
right,
have the step, you go like right, and then you have step up on it
right,
and go,
right. Yeah.
girl,
And that's
please.
what, and that's an old. I love that came back because that was an old exercise that we did back in the 80s, 90s. And so I love that I still have my old stepper from way back then. So I'm glad I never got rid of it because it is a good exercise and it's fun. And they're making, what the key is finding what you like, right? Dancing. I love to dance. Dancing is great exercise. Movement. I encourage my clients or the ladies that I work with, I say, just give me 1% of your day in movement. And you know what that is? 30 minutes.
I was going to say about 20, 30 minutes.
30 minutes a day. So take 30 minutes a day and take care of you. And what you do is, and I have another, I think it was you that if you start off and you can only do 5 minutes that first time or something, then that's what you do. And it's a muscle. It's like another analogy I like to use is how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right? it,
Okay.
it's the same way when you're building muscles or you're building endurance or you're building strength. You have to just take it slowly, do do what you can do it for
Mhm.
a week, couple days, and then increase it a little bit. Do that for a week, couple days, and then you continually grow, and you will see how you can build up your strength, how you can build up your endurance, how you can build up your muscles. Because that's another thing that's very important for us right now, strength training.
Yeah, for especially for women our age, you had told me about flexibility, strength training, and movement were very important because of the muscle mass that we lose as we
Yeah.
age.
Yes, as we start losing at the age of 30, right? Our muscles, believe it or not, start declining. So even catching women in their 35, 40, in that age range, come on, y'all, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's just start now. And don't stop, right?
Yeah.
Um, doing some kind of you use the bands, use your own body weight. Use your own body weight. If you can lift your own body weight, see. But
Uh-uh.
it's very important to just stop because, and then as we get 50, 40, and 50, the incline goes faster, right? And so that's why our form changes. That little form that we used to have, right? Our mid, the midsection, and a lot of that is stress.
Yeah.
It's stress. It's chronic inflammation, which is one of the focuses that one of the first things that I do when I start working with women is start to eliminate inflammation.
And now, see, that's something that nobody ever talks about. And when you say inflammation, it's like, well, what do you mean? That's what people. So, what do you mean by inflammation?
Well, see, our bodies, God is awesome, right? And that's what I
Yeah.
love. I love, and as women of faith, that's why I encourage. It's like, okay, women of faith, we know how awesome God is, right?
Mhm.
And what does the word say? He has made us wonderfully, incredibly made, right? And he really has. Think about how children come through our body, right? Think
Yeah.
about think about how our when a child is inside of us and all of those things that work. God has designed, that baby gets exactly what the baby needs. It
Mhm.
pulls, it forms, all the parts move apart. It's just perfect, right?
Yeah.
So why would we think that it's anything different, right? So inflammation is, say we get burnt, right? And
Mhm.
our skin, we have our bodies are designed to heal itself. So
Mhm.
it's going to heal. That's a
Yeah.
natural thing. What happens is by us eating processed food,
Mm.
GMOs, which is genetically modified food, the refined sugars, all those things, chemicals, toxins in the air, all of those things that's foreign to our body causes inflammation, chronic inflammation. And chronic
Yeah.
means too much. Chronic
Mhm.
means overindulgence, right?
Mhm.
And so that's what happens, and it throws off our organs, our hormones. Our As women 50 and over, our hormones are imbalanced. We have something called a microbiome in our gut, and the microbiome is basically the brain of our gut. And when that's
Wow.
off, it sends the wrong signals to our brain, which is our hypothalamus. So it's so many things that we don't really understand about how our body works, but God designed it that way. So
Yeah.
we have to give it the proper fuel and the proper nutrition, just like we do for our cars. I always use a car as an analogy. You take your car, you get it tuned up, you get it
Mhm.
shined up, you get it washed, you keep the oil changed, you gotta get the spark, all of that. So your body needs that, right? Your body needs a tune up, your body needs a detox, a flushing,
Not.
you know,
Yeah.
your body needs the rest, all of those things your body needs in order for it to work properly the way God has designed it. Another thing, I go ahead because I
No,
love.
I just was going to ask because when you said the detox, because I really feel like, and I know this is probably gross, I need a gut cleansing. You can tell when you feel sluggish. If,
Mhm,
sometimes you wake up with a little bit of a headache,
mhm,
but not really a migraine. Like it's like your body is saying, oh, I'm just sluggish.
mhm.
So if you give yourself a gut cleansing like once a month, is that too much?
No, absolutely not. Because and I try to do quarterly. I'm not going to say once a month, but if you do a regular, drinking your water, your regular dehydration, incorporate that intermittent fasting,
Oh,
incorporating that on a regular basis, and then also incorporating something like your green smoothie,
mhm.
because the greens, and I always encourage greens because it helps keep us cleansing.
That's
We should you should be having bowel movements. That's one of the first things that I tackle with my women as well, because we don't go to the bathroom regularly. I have asked women, I like, well, how many times do you go? Well, maybe once or twice a week.
yep.
And I'm like, oh no, no.
That's
And
not good, y'all.
no, it's not good. Our body is a filtration system. And
Mhm.
so it has to continually rejuvenate, regenerate. We have cells that regenerate every 7 years.
Yep.
But it happens through the process of our regular, like our rest at night, what we put in our body, our water we drink, all of those things are so important. So we have to stay on that type of path. So detoxing, that's fine, because I mean, it's remember, I mean, as a Christian, we used to say, okay, I'm gonna fast every Friday, right?
Yep.
And we did the master cleansing,
Yep. Dr. Mitchell.
right, with Brother Gary and Reverend Mitchell.
Yep.
And I remember back then when I did it the first time, I'm like, oh, there's no way I'm going without eating for 7 days. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
No, but I was amazed.
Yeah.
I was amazed that I was able to go 7 days without eating, and I was cooking food for my children,
Yeah.
and I was helping serving in the church,
Hmm.
and I was fine.
Yeah. It really it's kind of daunting when you think about it,
Mhm.
but after the third day, it's just, that's God for you. It's like your whole thought process, your body is like kind of relieved. It's like your body is like, oh, thank you, you know?
Yes, and I'll tell you what I have learned, and you'll learn this through intermittent fasting, which I incorporate through my coaching program, because your body, your digestive system has to rest. And when it rests, your body will release.
Mhm.
It will release. I'm amazed that sometimes if I can go and only drink water and I haven't eaten, how many times I might go to the bathroom. I'm pretty regular. I go in the morning. I may go three. I may go three
Really?
times before 8 o'clock. It just depends.
Wow.
Yeah, and when my body's not doing that, then I know there's something. I'm like, what did you eat? And I'm always questioning what did I put in my body that it didn't function properly. And that's what we have to pay attention to. We can pay attention to our bodies. We can know what's going on with our bodies, and then we can tell the doctor what's going on with our bodies.
And,
Because
and that, go ahead, Beth.
I was just going to say, because they really don't know. They're only trying to treat a symptom. They're treating a symptom, and you're in that medical field. You're in the field.
I'm trying to hold back because they will you have to be able to tell the doctor ABC, because if you leave it like you said, Laura, they are treating a symptom, they're not treating the person unless you find a good one
Yes,
will
yes.
actually ask you about ask you what you're eating, ask you how you're feeling, ask you, when you're moving, what hurts, what doesn't hurt. Ask you about your bowel program. You ask. That's a doctor that's going to actually think, okay, well, you're getting to point C because A and B are happening, not because, oh, well, you're an African American woman over 60, so your blood pressure is high because that's just what happens to women your age, of your race, and this is what you have to do. It pays to know your body and not let them start you on medications, because if you start, they'll give you another one. And that's not all medicine is bad. I'm not saying that. But as a woman, we have to really think about everything going on inside, from the top
Yes.
all the
Yes.
way through.
Yes.
Because, like you said, you asked about stress. And how can stress can mess you up?
Yes. You know what? Stress is a killer, basically. Stress causes so much that causes inflammation in your body.
Yeah.
Stress causes inflammation. So just imagine how much inflammation you get. You get it from processed foods, you get it from toxins, you get it from, you get it from stress. Stress just throws everything off, and we stay in a what they call flight or fright stage.
Fight or flight.
Right. Flight or fright.
Oh, God.
And when we stay in that stage, our bodies is in a constant it's turmoil. And it's functioning improperly. So the one thing I say when we go to the doctor is that no, medicine is not all bad. But are we getting to the source, right? Um, some doctors, and I learned this, that they don't study prevention. They don't study what prevents you from being sick. They don't study the body from how God designed us,
Right.
as magnificent and perfect. They study it from, these are the diseases that the body is capable of getting, and we're going to treat them. And when I learned that, a lot of people don't know where Rockefeller came in way back in the 1800s, before, when they started the medical schools. He had that on. They got rid of natural doctors.
Yeah. Right.
And so we really have to just pay attention and take the charge to not decide to the first remedy is the medicine. Because if if high blood pressure and cholesterol and diabetes, if these things were helping us, then why don't we get off of them?
Exactly.
Why don't we get to a point where, okay, I'm well now, I don't have to take them anymore, right?
Exactly. I mean, it's like something that you don't think about when they're telling you about it. Oh, well, this is going to help your high blood pressure. Well, it's really not.
Right.
If it, like you said, if it was, why am I taking it 10 years later?
Right.
And I remember,
not just taking one. Yes.
Some people are on 3 blood pressure medications.
Yes. And that is so. And when I hear that, Terry, and I'm not a doctor, and please, I'll just have to give you this disclaimer that what I share is basically on my opinion, based off of my own research and based off of what I do for my life. But I don't understand how we can get to that point and not really see that it's not doing anything for us. How can one, if the first one didn't have, then we have to take the next one and then the next one, and we're never changing what we're putting in our body. The doctor's not saying, okay, you can stop eating all that junk or that meat or whatever. I would say for me, I remember a doctor when they were like, he was really trying to scare me into taking high blood pressure medicine. Because sometimes what happens is there's so many things that cause your blood pressure to increase. First of all, let's start with, being you got clogged up stuff in your body, right? Mm-hmm. Things are not flowing. It's a flow. Your blood is not flowing properly. So let's start there. How can we increase the blood flow in our bodies? That's why one of these things I do. I started doing this, and I put spinach, and this is one of the remedies for me for high blood pressure.
Okay.
One of the things, and so I drink them every day. I do a banana,
Oh yeah.
pineapple, kale, spinach. Okay. I put
We-
I use strawberries. I usually use frozen strawberries.
Okay.
And then for fiber, which is another thing that's very important. And when I work with ladies, we kind of take it, we don't do everything at once. Like every week, I may do a different habit. And so, fiber, adding fiber, there's so many grams of fiber, and it's natural fiber, not those fiber bars or, all that other, not those things. We want natural. But so, chia seeds,
Chia seeds.
hmm
Ooh.
and flax seeds.
Flax seeds.
So you're getting your healthy fats, you're getting some fiber, you're getting your greens, and you're getting multiple. Oh, cucumber. That's another one.
Mm. I love
Because
cucumber.
and those things are what was when I it's a book that I read and how to lower your blood pressure and what can I drink or whatever. So that's one of the things that help to get those nutrients in your body. So that's important to get nutrients in your body. A lot of America, USA, UA, whatever you want to call it, we are overfed but undernourished.
That's so true. I'll never forget how they jumped down Michelle Obama's throat for getting the sugar out of the vending machines in schools. And they're like, "You're not going to tell me what I can feed my kid." And I'm thinking about all that sugar. And then they would put the kids in detention for being hyperactive.
Right. Why do you can't sit still in that chair?
Right.
Because I've been fed a lot of sugar, a lot of processed food. You think
Mm.
about it. What did we eat? We didn't even have. They used to give us fresh fruit. Now they start. Then they start. I think, and I think about each child of mine that went through school. They start giving you the little fruit cups, right? Opposed to a fresh fruit, a piece of fruit, right?
Mhm.
So what do they expect? But you're right. I would just say, Terry, our food our food industry has really put one over on us.
Yeah.
And
It's like an addiction.
it is. Well, it absolutely is an addiction. Sugar is absolutely an addiction. I did
Mhm.
a challenge one time in a group, and it was a sugar challenge, 5 day sugar challenge. And it was removing processed refined sugar, all of those fructose and sucrose and all of those toasts out of your diet, and adding natural sugars. I had a conversation with someone last night that they were talking about their um cholesterol and what they're trying to do, and it's like and their diabetes, they don't want to go have diabetes, and I can't eat too much fruit. And that's one of the worst myths that's out there. Fruit is the natural sugar that our body needs. Anything that God has He's created for us, and it says it in the word. He said we will eat the seed from the seed. And so those things, our body knows how to process that. Our body does
Yep.
not know how to process those foreign chemical things that we put in our body. And so that's where the sickness comes in. That's where the chronic inflammation comes in. So the fruit naturally is good for us. We should eat. I will show you. I have ordered a tropical fruit. There's this doctor that I follow, Dr. Bobby Price. He wrote a book called Vegetation Over Medication. I love him
Okay.
because I do his detoxes as well. He has herbal detoxes. Um, but he also has bought a fruit farm, and it's called iHeart. And so I ordered my box of tropical fruit. I didn't know. Let me see if I have it on my, but it's all this different kind of fruit that we never even. It's like, what is this? So it was one of
And
these
they
little.
ship it to you?
They shipped it to me. It's one of those little. I'll show you a piece of this fruit. And it's like it looks really weird because it's not
Like
something that
dragon fruit?
dragon fruit, star fruit.
Yeah,
It's
I've
just
seen
all
it.
it's just all kinds. And I don't know if you can see the
Oh
can you
yeah, yeah, I've seen
and
those.
you see
Ooh,
that one that I cut. You see those little red little with the little
oh,
almost
look
look
like
like
radishes.
yeah, well it looks like these little spiky little things. I opened it up. I don't know if you can see it open. That little one in the
Mhm.
middle. It is so
Yeah.
it is so sweet and so good. Um and I love fruit. And so I ordered, and I'm going to get on a regular schedule with ordering from them. Another thing is key limes that I order
Mm.
because key limes, if we drink regular water, and one that I would suggest because they have so many different brands out here, spring water is very important. That Crystal Geyser, I know they put something out on there because Nestle came out with water. But if you can't get a natural spring water, which is like a Mountain Valley, I get it out of Whole Foods and it comes in a glass jar, a big green,
Mhm.
but they run out of them. And so I'm like, I always scavenge them whenever I can find them. But if you put key lime in your water, then that helps the alkaline the water because
Oh,
that's another thing that's very important for us is our have a balanced pH level,
oh, definitely.
which is something else that, when we go to the doctor, do they talk about those things to us?
Well, mine does.
Okay.
My GYN does. Dr. Tia Melton.
Okay. All right.
Just
Good.
she, yeah, she always talks. I've had her for a while, so my transition from when I had my hysterectomy to
Uh-huh.
now, and what I should be expecting, and how to keep myself as an active woman, if you know what I'm saying, because things change.
Yes.
Things
Yes.
change. And
Yes.
if you're not ready for it, you'll think something's wrong with you. And there's nothing wrong with you. It's called life changes. And there's always a way to bring all that together.
It is.
Life is going to change, and your health doesn't have to decline. You just have to change the way you eat, change the
Yeah.
way you move, change the way you think, and just handle things differently. That's
Yeah.
all it is, ladies. We're getting older, but we are better. Most of us are better.
Right. I know. I know. And that's why it's so important for us to like take that charge because I mean, this is like the most exciting time in our lives, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
when you look back, I think I'm about to be 60, right? And I look back over 60 years and I know people say, well, you don't look it, but I may not, but I feel great, but I have that in my mind. 60 years, I remember 60 years ago, so
I do. I do.
regardless of what I look at, I got that much experience behind me. And
Hmm.
I've learned a few things. I have
Yes.
wisdom that I didn't have. And the worst thing for me, I still have a lot of energy.
Yes.
You know, and I want to be active. You want your metabolism. We don't have to say that our prime, our best time was 20s and 30s. And no, it's now. It's now because now we get to look at the fruit of our labor.
Yes.
We
Yes.
get to look back and say, wow, I did that. I did
Yes.
that. I made it. I look back and say, I had a lot of adversities. I had
Mhm.
difficulty. Look, I had husbands. and,
Ditto.
but guess what? I made it. I made
Yeah.
it. And I'm still okay. And I'm still growing. That's the
Yeah.
important part. Keeping our minds sharp, reading things, socializing.
Yes.
And I'm gonna say I appreciate you even allowing this time for us to even talk at this level because it's so important that we do this as women, that we're talking about those things that are, that we're coming in contact with to say, okay, you're just normal.
Yeah.
We're normal. Like one of the things, I think it was my girlfriend that's in Vegas, and she was here maybe last year, and we were talking about, I drink a lot of water, and so I go to the bathroom a lot. And sometimes we have some little accidents that happen, right? And we dare talk about that, right?
Oh, God.
But if we talk about it, we realize that we're not the only ones.
Yes, it's normal.
It's
It is.
normal.
And it's funny because
I told she told me her mother told her that she better put on a panty liner, and she was a little like, I'm like, girl, I don't leave out without my panty liner. What you I'm like, I don't leave home without my panty liner. When I leave without my panty liner, I be like, ooh, I better go home and get it, because if I sneeze too hard, something may happen. You just don't know. I could be coughing, and coughing, and something may happen. And that happens to all of us.
yeah. Be prepared. That's all you have to do is just be prepared. I used to laugh at my husband, the kids, well, they're grown. They always talk about, yeah, old man, you better use the bathroom before you, just like they tell their kids. And it's like, oh, yeah, old man. And I used to laugh and be like, yeah, old man. But
Right.
now it's like, I use the bathroom before I leave the house like a 5-year-old.
I know. I do
But
too.
it's like better safe than sorry.
Mhm.
And it's just things like that. I'm so glad that you have your fitness geared toward women of age, even though you should start earlier, because it's like a new age for us. It's a
Yeah.
new day and age. When you hit 60, I mean, it used to be over the hill because young people at work are like, I can't believe you're 62.
I know.
And I can't believe you're 25. You look like you old.
Really? And
Okay.
that
Like, what happened? But it's like, but 60 is like the new 40.
I know.
It really is. And women, and that's part of Phenomenal Woman Rise Up. Just part of it is letting women know that are my age. I finally found my group. It's like, you know what? We've raised our kids, like you said. We've raised our kids. We've been married. Some of us been divorced, and we've worked a job or 2 or 3. Some of us are still working. And it's like, we deserve to educate other women that it is okay and nothing wrong with anything happening to you, because social media and the world would have you think that if you're not getting butt injections and got baby hair hanging down to here, and I'm telling you, them scratch you on the back eyelashes, which y'all can get offended if y'all want, but some of that stuff is just too much. And women in my age, if you can't receive me how I am, then you got a problem.
Right.
It's not my problem. It's your problem, because
Right.
I'm not going to go all like that.
Right.
And it's okay for women to have. I have a little belly, and I have babies, and I'm trying to lose the unhealthy fat. But if I get a washboard stomach, then y'all check and see what I'm doing something wrong. I'm doing something I ain't supposed to be doing, because it's past that time.
Right. Well, the key is loving yourself, right? Not comparing yourself to anyone else. I was just out a little bit last night, and you do see these girls that has these injections. I didn't really know about that until I went to Miami with my girlfriend, and she took me to one of her son's baby's mother was at a recovery house. And it was a recovery house for women who just had these surgeries. So it was like 3 of them there, right? And I'm looking at pictures. They go through this massage process, and I'm like, oh, is that how these women get these small waists and these big booties? I literally did not know. And so, I've been working out a long time. I know I've worked out. I ran track in high school. I started working out in Bally's back in when I was in 21. I used to go every day after work. I'd be in the gym. And so I'm like, I know how hard it works to get to certain things. And then I see stuff happen like that. And I'm like, I didn't realize that was going on. And then I'm like, oh, and these girls was 30.
I can't believe that. They have an actual recovery
Oh
center.
yes, my girlfriend was looking at investing in one in Miami because is obviously very popular. And now you do see it is popular because you see a lot of these women with these very small waists and these big booties. And I'm gonna tell you, I do squat. I and it's like I don't get that look. I'm still trying to work off, and as you said, it's consistency. It's not you just continue to do it, right? You continue to eat right, you continue to get your rest. People don't understand how important rest is. Even the weight that we carry sometimes in our stomach comes from not having enough rest.
Yep.
So all of those things come into play, and so that's why I say it's really a mindful lifestyle change. And we can't do it the quick way. We can't do it. We want to do it the healthy way. And I don't know about the injections. I don't know. I see it, and
That's scary.
yeah, and I'm like, damn, they got a banging body. Or I see them, and I'm like, you did not do squat to get that booty. But it's everybody has their
Mm,
own choices to make. If that's what you want, I'm not against you. I'm not against
yeah.
if that's what you want to do with your body, then go for it. I just feel like the natural way. I mean, I've always been that way when it came down to wearing girdles, and then we got into wearing the what do you call the
Spank. The
spanks.
spank.
You know,
Mm,
I
I can't.
personally I don't like to feel constricted.
Right.
I don't like to feel like I can't move, and so I just decided I'm just gonna try to do this naturally and try to get what I can do. And that's just my choice. You have your choice, and I'm just gonna say this for all the ladies out there: if that's what you choose to do with your body, go for it. Because everybody has a choice. Everybody make decisions for themselves. What I learned these last few years of my life is that we have lived our lives based off of everybody else's expectation of us.
Mhm.
From a child, what our parents expected of us, from school, what our teachers expect of us, our friends, our whoever we come in contact, our jobs. And some expectations are spoken and some are not.
Yeah.
Um, and I just feel that when we get to this stage, for me, I'm like, let's talk about it. What do you expect of me and what do I expect? And let's see if we agree on it. you
Right.
know, because if we don't agree, if you just have a hidden expectation of me and I don't know nothing about it, I'm not responsible for it.
Okay.
And you can hold it against me, but I'm not going to hold it against me.
I know that's right, Laura.
you
Shoot. You
know,
know.
we we just live the life that it's time to let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Talk
Yeah.
about it.
And that's really basically what it should come down to. You should have an understanding of what it is that makes you comfortable and go with that. And I'm gonna say I'm sorry if I offended anybody, but that's just how I feel about it. Because
Right.
maybe because I think my money could be spent in better places.
Well, and to take it back to the health, is it healthy?
Right.
You
Because
know, you
I tell you, I work in the OR and I see when they cut people open and how it's like the unbelievable things that I've seen from natural bodies and people that didn't take care of themselves. I mean,
hmm
the layers of fat, and it's just there's scar tissue, everything. When you get implants and stuff, there's always scar tissue. There's always all kinds of things that they have to cut through to get back down to that. So
okay.
just be considerate of the fact that your body is made, like you said, it's made to function a certain way. And when you start putting foreign objects in it, your body naturally will attack those foreign objects. And if it affects, if you put injection of something in your body, it's going to go all the way through your system, and your body's going to fight it on every level. And no
Yeah.
telling what it could branch out to. And I'm just saying that because women do it, men are doing it now, But women, like you said, have always felt like they had to live up to a certain standard set, usually by men who don't have all these issues. So
Yes.
that's all I'm saying, ladies. Consider yourself when you're trying to develop your body into a certain image, and then consider your inner woman, your inner well-being, your spiritual, your mental, as well as your physical. Women's bodies are complex.
Yes.
You can't just do anything to it and expect a certain result. You could get a total different result from something you think should go one way, because women's bodies are complex. So I'm just going to ask you, Laura, to tell people how they can contact you, because you have something good going on and she's got a book coming out soon. And we're
Yes.
going to ask you down the road. Phenomenal Woman is going to be putting on some healthy workshops,
Yes.
and hopefully you'll be free, because she busy, y'all. Be free to come and lead a couple classes or workshops, because women do need to be educated. You know,
Yes.
education
Yes.
is the key.
Yes.
So
Yes.
tell people how they can contact you or your website. And we're gonna have to go soon, because we'll talk for 3 hours and
I
be like,
know.
where
I
did
know.
they get to talking? I
I
can't
know.
help it.
I know, but you know what? This is such a great topic. But yes, I truly appreciate you. I would love to participate in helping you to empower more women, phenomenal women. I have. You can go to my website and you can sign on Jerdine's Faith Fitness, and that's Jerdine Faith Fitness.com.
Okay.
And you can go to my website. You can sign up and go ahead. There's things, take a look around. You can sign up on there to schedule some time with me. You can also join my Facebook group, Fab Fit Ladies 50 plus, which is my Facebook group. Love to have you in there. Um, I've been on this little hiatus. I think I shared with you. I lost my mom last year. I was taking care of her while she was sick, and so it kind of backed me down a little bit. Um, but this is so important to me. So I want you to stay tuned for my book, Radical Wellness for the Ageless Goddess. And that's what we are. We are ageless, right? And that's what we're going to live to that point, because the way God created us, we have that potential. It's all in us. All we have to do is make the decision. Um, Call me. I can share with you anything. I would love to give you a free consultation, just to talk through kind of what your challenges are. I prepare personal plans for ladies, because all of our bodies are different. We have different habits. We eat different. We have different lifestyles. So I mean, sure, I can say, get your water. I can say eat your vegetables. I can say get your rest and move. Those are four things that everybody everybody needs to do, right? But then there's something for you. There's something that you need to do for you, because there's something that maybe you're doing this and you can be doing that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I
I
do.
I like to, personalize, everybody's plan based off of them. But in general, there are certain things that we all can do. So I just want to be able to help you do that. So if you go to the website, Jerdine's Faith Fitness, and Jerdine's, I'm sorry, is an S on the end, Jerdine'sFaithFitness.com. Stay tuned for, my blogs that I'm updating on there. Stay tuned for my book. Also, I'm going to putting together a 5-day course on radical wellness and what that means to us for women 50 and over. It's just time. It's just time to be the captain, captain of your soul, captain of your ship. Our focus is mind, body, and spirit. When we get our mind right, we get our habits right. When we stop those limiting thoughts that we have to look outside of ourselves when all we need to do is look internally. Practicing meditation, yoga, those are very important things for us to do. Some of the exercises, and I know I'm going further than just telling you how to reach me, but one of the things you what are good exercises for women 50 and over, and once again, maybe you're active. I mean, there's some 50 women that's doing high intensity, but I will say most women that need to get started don't want to do that. So take it slow. Pilates, strength training,
Ooh,
some arm exercises, you know, do some 5 pound, do some squats, right?
yeah.
Stretching, very important. Stretching every day. If you can stand up and touch your toes, I mean, bend over and just stretch that lower back and those hamstrings every day, right? Because if
Yeah.
you don't stretch, what happens is those muscles tighten up, and as we get older, we're losing the muscles, right? So those are some of the tips for you to do daily. I have a couple videos I'm putting out. I do have a stretch YouTube. They're very basic. I'm just trying to get myself into that camera thing, trying to get my videos, but I do have quite a few. I have a membership site, FabFit Academy, that's going to be opening up as well. And on there, you'll have on-demand videos. There's daily meditations. I'm going to do some group coaching on there. So I'm excited about what's coming. I'm excited about where we're going. And I'm very excited that I'm able to share this with you on Phenomenal Woman. I love your background.
Ooh,
I love it. And so
thank you.
thank you for having me. It's been great talking to you and being a nurse. Because I'm going to tell you, I've had nurses as clients, and they're not the healthiest.
I was gonna say we need it because we don't eat right. We're stressed out. We work long hours. It's just bad. It's bad. I'm telling you. That's why a lot of us have that stress belly
Right.
and are like overweight because
They call that visceral fat. That's we
Yep.
attack that. That's one of the first things that we do. And like I said, we start with mindset, because we do have to, your mindset has to be right. It's understanding your relationship with food, with yourself. We have a lot of emotional eating. So are we emotionally eating or are we mindfully eating, right? Um, we all do it. We all do it. I mean, we've been programmed that way. We eat for everything. We socialize, we eat. So it's normal. We've been programmed to do that. But attacking that inflammation and attacking that visceral fat in your belly. Because guess what? If you're eliminating properly, regularly, and it takes time, that eventually will go down
Ooh, I
because
hope so.
that's what it is. So when you say you want to cleanse every week or every month, you want to do it perfect, do that. Get your body on a regular schedule or eliminating. Get your body on a regular schedule where your bowel movements are a few times a day.
Woo.
Not I've had people say to me, and I'll say this, I'll tell you this with my mom when my mom was sick and she didn't eat right. And I always tried to, Mom, you gotta do this. And she didn't listen to me, but I was giving her green drinks because she couldn't go to the bathroom. She was constipated. So I was bringing her my green drinks every day, and she started drinking them. And she used to say, "I don't want to drink that. It's gonna make me use the bathroom." Right? Yeah, that's what it's supposed to do. And I will tell you, I can't tell you how many people have said that to me, and it's like that's what you need to do. You need to go to the bathroom because
I,
people don't understand how much poop we have in our bodies over the year. We're talking, I'm
my
60. Right. How
Miles of it.
miles? Because our
I've seen it. It's like,
yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. I love talking to a nurse. I
woo!
love talking to someone who really knows. Right.
You would
And
not believe how much gut you have inside your body, and it's full. I mean, it's
yeah.
wrapped, girl.
And it's stuck in there.
Yeah, it's not
And
funny.
so once you start eliminating, and that's why I say, and I talk about this in my book, those are some of the things that's why it says radical wellness, because I talk about our body as a filtration system,
Yeah.
right? And I talk about the importance of detoxing and what that really does for our body, because we got to get it out.
You got to
Pardon my
get it on.
language, we're full of shit. Forget my language.
I've been told that literally by doctors, and it's like, so now I'm supposed to be doing the metamucil every morning, but I'm gonna find something else to do because I don't want to take no
No,
medicine.
no, no, no. See, that's one of the things that I've gotten my clients off of. You need natural fiber.
Yep.
You need natural fiber. So I'm going to tell you, and I want you to look up. I want you to look up natural fiber, but you need to try to make sure you have at least 25 grams of fiber, natural fiber in your diet every day.
Okay.
Okay. You need to make sure you're getting your proper vegetables. One of the things that I do is I have them count. I'm like, we're going to have 6 to 9 vegetables a day, fruits and vegetables a day. And sometimes you look at your plate and you think about how many vegetables you eat in a day. How much fruit do you eat in a day? And sometimes you can't eat it all. That's why these come in very handy.
Yeah.
Because you can get, I have in here cucumbers, kale, spinach, right? So that's 3 right there. And then I got some strawberry, banana, pineapple, right? And then,
Yeah.
and the other thing that I try to do every day, and if nothing else, there's another doctor that I follow, Dr. Furman. I follow a lot of natural doctors, but they're medical doctors that decided I'm gonna teach the natural way. But he says a huge salad every day. No matter what else you
Oh
eat,
yeah.
get you a big salad every day, right? And when you start
Mm-hmm.
putting in those things, because a lot of times my clients say, well, do I have to stop eating this or do I have to stop eating that? I don't want you to stop eating what you like, but I want you to start putting some of the things in your body that's good for you.
Absolutely.
That's the key. Start giving your
That's
body
the key.
nourishment. That's the key. And
Yep.
and then what your body's gonna do, your body's gonna say, I feel pretty good eating this stuff. Let me try some more. And so then you'll
And
start feeling your energy. You'll start saying,
mm-hmm.
okay, so now you'll decide that the stuff that was making you feel sluggish, making you
Yep.
tired, putting you in pain, then you'll say, I don't want to feel that way anymore. So you'll make those decisions on your own, right? So I just try to help you to get there. I just try to help to understand your body, your own habits, and then you make your own choices and healthy choices.
That's the key. Y'all hear? That's the key. That's the key. And it's a process. And we have started it. If you guys have been watching me, you see it's been like woo, trying to get it together, but it's a process and I refuse to get discouraged. Wednesdays are always bad for me, but I do something. And as
Yeah.
you heard Laura say, it's about starting somewhere. You have to get started. And then you can use her services to help keep you going or to send you down the right path. So take advantage of it, y'all.
Yes. Yes.
I
Contact
know
me.
I'm going to because I need some help. You can't do it by yourself.
Yes. And if I don't know if you'll put it in there, if you be able to type in the website. But that's how you can reach me. My email is Lora at fitladylow.com. Lora is Lora and it's at fit ladylow.com. Send me an email. Let me see if I can help you. Let me share some of the information I have, and more importantly, Oh, let me say, if you go to my website, I have there's a just a little information called faith-based health. So it's a faith-based laws for living healthy. So when you go to
Okay.
the website, it's gonna pop up, sign up, and then that way you can be on my mailing list, and then I can share the information with you. So yes, go to the website, Jerdine'sFaithFitness.com. Go ahead and sign up and get that faith-based laws for healthy living, and join my email list, and I can keep you posted on all the things that's coming up. I'm so excited. I've been wanting to do a book for a long time, and I have so much inside of me that I want to share. As you can see, as we can talk on and on about.
Yeah, but it's all good too. It's
So
it's all information that is needed. So we might have to do a follow up.
okay, I would love
Okay.
that. I would love that. I want to keep up with you and your progress.
Okay.
I want to keep encouraging you. Like I said, don't that the supplement of fiber, that Metamucil and all those other things.
No.
It's an easier way. It's a natural way. Put natural fiber in your body. If you put that fiber and you get those make sure you're getting those greens, you will see your digestive system. I mean, I've seen it. I've seen my clients who were not going to the bathroom, and we do a call. We would do a coach call every week. And one of the questions I'll always ask, how's your bowels? How's your bowel movement? Okay, we're gonna work on that. And we get you to go to the bathroom every morning,
Ooh,
every day.
I don't have time for that.
Well, you know what? That's another thing. I will say, and I'm gonna say this, Terry. I remember learning this from a man, and it was my first husband years ago, and you know him.
Uh-huh.
He used to say, "You guys don't ever. You get on it, you sit down, and you just jump up." So,
'Cause you don't have time.
because you don't, because we're so busy, we don't even have time to poop.
Yeah.
So, you know how men do? They take a paper. They go sit down, and they start reading. So, guess what, Terry? I started doing that.
No.
Before I even got on this path, I started taking my time because he said, "That's what's wrong with you women." It's like if it don't happen just like that,
Right.
you up. So we do have to take the time. We do have to take
That's
the
true.
time. Now for me though, it don't take that long. Now I just matter of fact, sometimes I'm like in the morning after I have my cup of coffee, it's like I better go right because sometimes I'm like, okay, time to go. So yeah, you just want to get regular because you want to try to get that stuff out of you. I'm pretty regular, but sometimes I'm amazed of how much still come out, even if I didn't eat much.
Wow. Yeah,
I'm
because it's in there.
It's in there, but what's happening is when you're not eating as much, because the more we eat, we just packing it. We're
Yeah.
packing it in. So when we slow down and we do that intermittent fasting, when we give our bodies, our digestive system that rest, then it allows your body to start circulating and moving, your liver and all those things that work together, and then it releases.
Yeah.
Drinking enough water is so key, and so when we do that, and so I'm amazed that like if I go without eating, like say I may not eat, and I usually don't eat anything cooked before 12. Um,
Um,
and so when I go without, and I can see like how much, I'm like, well, I didn't eat that much, but it's in there.
yeah.
It's in there, and it's just coming out, and so you feel better. You have more energy. I know. How we get on this topic?
No, but it's true. It's just true. I'm telling
But it is, and
you.
it's kind of one of those things, just like the incontinence. Women don't talk about it as much, but I talk about it because it's important, and it actually impacts how we feel.
Yeah,
It
it
impacts how we
does.
feel. When you release that, you'll be like, "Whew, I feel like I just dropped a baby."
Yeah, that's what everybody says. It's just the truth, y'all. Y'all need to listen because it's just the truth. And I'm sure there's some people saying, mm-hmm, She right. She
Right. So yeah, just
right.
and I guess if anything else, just drink your water. I know you hear that. My friends are like, "Oh, I don't like water," but we're 80% water, 75% water, somewhere in there. That's another thing. That's so important. Water is so important. Getting our
Yeah.
proper minerals, all of those things, Terry. But I want to.